that money to work for you, all while generating profits on autopilot. This revolutionary automated trading algorithm is available to all savvy investors who want to keep their funds liquid, yet also outpace the most common markets. Currently, the best long-term investment is Bitcoin, and this system can generate Bitcoin profits direct to your crypto wallet at your discretion. Current yearly returns holding Bitcoin are in the 150% plus range. This automated system allows you to diversify your portfolio and reap rewards previously unheard of. You are in full control. You own the trading account. We simply copy our daily profitable trades directly to your account, and you withdraw profits at will. Your funds remain under your control and accessible at any time. You get a free 14-day trial, and that puts you in a zero-risk situation, allowing you to experience the power of this automated trading system in real time before putting your own funds to work for you. Visit fxwithterry.com and plug into full automation today. Also, be sure to inquire about the portfolio manager level if you have 20,000 or more, which can remain liquid and produce daily profits that can be held in Bitcoin. Visit fxwithterry.com and plug into savvy investing today.
3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Forex Trading Show. Forex trading live every weekday morning. Real trades, real profits, zero analysis. Set back, relax, and get ready to profit. And now, your host, Terry from fxwithterry.com.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Free signal trade we entered yesterday is on the screen here. We are going to talk about content-wise, other than our trades today, we're going to talk a little bit about just the power of the comparison, really, copying a trade and or running the trade yourself with an automated algorithm on your own server. We'll talk about the advantages. I really don't see any disadvantages. I'll let you make that decision. So we're looking at a free trade here. I got a question in the group I saw last night, and this is someone new. Someone new is always asking this. This, what we're going to talk about here briefly, is a mind virus. It's a virus of the mind to think of the concept of a Forex trading strategy. Everybody wants to know the best or a Forex trading strategy. It is absolutely a virus, my friend, that you need to eradicate from your brain. Let's talk about all the different angles of this. Yesterday, I believe, or in the last few days, we were talking about indicators, Forex pricing chart indicators, and they're all junk. They all show you what happened. You already know what happened. You can look at the chart and see exactly what happened. When you paint an indicator on history data, it gives you this false sense that this indicator was good. All it showed you was what happened. It will never show you what's going to happen. It can't. It's not possible. So one of the things I did was I showed the RSI, the relative strength index, indicator, and I showed it at a setting of 4 instead of 14. And we did a scalp trade. We'll do some more today. All of a sudden from that, people begin to think that that is a strategy. Let's be clear about the concept of a strategy in the Forex market. Some people even wonder what my strategy is. I could give you a name for it, but here's the thing you have to understand. I am and will always be a robot trader. I trade with expert advisors. I trade on a server in the cloud. I run the actual robot on my live or my demo account. And here's the deal of that strategy. It certainly has a strategy associated with it. But you need to quit asking what the strategy is. It's the wrong question. You can't ever keep up with what a robot can do. You can't. There's a really, really simple free robot that I will introduce to everybody that actually does pretty good. It's free. You can implement it. And what it does is actually trades the RSI 4, not a 14. The RSI comes out of the box. The RSI indicator comes out of the box. It's in your right inside of your MetaTrader 4. Comes at a 14. Set it at 4. Need to make it more sensitive. Even a free robot with the RSI 4, which enters a buy at the bottom and enters a sell at the top on the indicator, and potentially does some management of that. You could set a stop loss if you wanted to. You could set a trailing stop. You could set stop to break even. A lot of different things you can plug. There's a lot of different RSI robots out there. I probably own a half a dozen of them at least. Some of the top ones on the internet. The point being is you can sit there and look at the chart and maybe play along, but absolutely at no time can you watch it 24 hours a day. You can't beat a robot. Why, everybody, why are you trying? I'm a robot trader because it is absolutely mind-boggling what these things can do if you understand them. I'm not trying to, although I will if you want, I'm not trying to teach you robot trading. I do robot trading. The trades that you get from me, they are all a robot that I found on the internet, added to it, add some modules to it, added some other software to it. My actual algorithm, my main algorithm, is quite a few layers deep, probably 3 to 4 layers deep of robots, and this one does this, and if this does this, then it takes over, and the next one takes over and does something. I actually have a robot that once something happens on my algorithm, it shuts down the main algorithm and takes over. So it's a lot of layers, but it's all automation, and it's the only way to trade. This manual trading, people, I'd have to tell you that people that are guiding you to manually trade have never made any money. And I get it. This sounds crazy. They've never made any money. They are simply there to give you the dopamine hit of, look at this strategy. Look at this strategy. Stare at the start. Stare at the charts. Stare at the charts. There are people that do that. In fact, the best business model in the world is to analyze charts and show people a bunch of different strategies and entries. Now, they'll all lose their ass, but they love it. They're like, it's like watching cartoons and then get punched in the head. It's absolute human psychology, and human psychology is pretty fucked up. That is my analysis as a registered psychotherapist, which I'm not. So we're looking at the free signal. We actually jumped into 2 of these just to kind of scale in a little bit more and show you the AI system managing 2 trades at once on the same pair, same lot size, but the price is going nowhere. It's just pretty much the theme of the week. If we go look at the chart here, that's the minute. Let's go look at like the 4. I mean, look at it here. Look at it. It's just this. It ain't going nowhere. Little bit of a wick out the top. Not really any wick on the bottom. Not going anywhere. But that's kind of the interesting thing is look at this previous movement. Really, really nice dip here. So they dump their money. The big banks, institutions dump their money. They move it to this point, and it's frozen. This is basically the amount that retail traders like you and I can affect the market. Very little. Very little. It's sideways. So we'll get out of this. Probably going to hold it over the weekend. That's the crazy thing about this market. Nothing and then money dumps. Nothing and then money dumps. Nothing and then money dumps. And those money dumps move the market. Nothing closed overnight for the week. We've closed $310.72. That's pretty good for a free signal I'm sending out, and you can scale it. So you could have made 3,000, you could have made $3, or you could have made 3,000. You could have made 30,000. Whatever your account can handle, these trades always win. When I say always win, we always end in a net profit. We always end in a net profit. We're not looking at days with my algorithm. We're not looking at days where we're like, oh, took a little bit of a loss today. Everyone on the planet is showing you those trades. Oh, lost 5,000 a day, but I made 15,000 the next day, so we're good. Maybe on a daily basis we are net profit. And here's what's funny. Let's talk about the person who jumps onto this and looks at this profit, $310.72, and they slough it off. They're like, yeah, I'm going to go chase the guy that's showing me $300,000 a day in profit. Because it's an ignorant, dumb belief that is real. $310.72 is very real. And guess what? $310, let's round this off, $300 held in Bitcoin. Let me do the math here. So that's $300 held in Bitcoin now is $3 million in 10 years. Round numbers based off of current trajectory. So go ahead and worry about your small profits right now. You shouldn't, because here's the deal. If you can maintain, let's call it small profits, and hold those in Bitcoin, you're going to outpace the market by 100 or more percent. That's the math, right? I don't control the markets, none of that, but that's the math. I don't know what the future holds. I certainly can see what's been going on, and that's what's been going on, ladies and gentlemen. So imagine if the goal is to amass, to collect, to hold Bitcoin, and you can withdraw from your broker in Bitcoin. That's what I like to do. You can send it directly to your wallet. Don't hold your Bitcoin on an exchange. Go look that up if you don't know what that means. Hold it in a wallet, in a software wallet, in a hardware wallet. So if you're doing that, if you're extracting realistic profits and not trying to get rich from Forex, the moment you try to get rich from Forex or literally pulling income out of Forex, you'll lose everything. So how much are you going to save in Bitcoin if you lose your nest egg that you're trading with? How much? None. So trade conservatively. Be comfortable with that. Moving forward, I'm going to make it even easier for you to do this, because we are eventually going to evolve into trading your accounts on your Windows server. It's literally no different technology than copying. But trading on your own virtual private server and running the actual robot yourself. I'll just show you the robot. I'll give you the settings. The settings are the key. I've said this a million times. I have to say it a lot more. Go buy the best robot. You can buy a $10,000 robot today. It will run your account into the ground tomorrow. If you have the right settings, you're golden. I will give you the right settings for every robot in the world. I know that's a bold claim. I can do it. Every robot I recommend to you, I'll have custom settings for it, and they're damn good. And I've spent probably hundreds of hours developing them. If not dozens of hours, I've certainly spent hundreds of hours. So this is the free signal. We're waiting on the NZD CAD to close. Let's go ahead and go to the pause. Sip of coffee. And I'm going to pull up the full algorithm. Stand by. The full algorithm is 7.6. Here it is. I will share this with you. Also gives us a good idea. What were we, about $75 drawdown yesterday on the total algorithm? Now we're about 57. Not a lot of movement. As far as closure goes, $19.62 of net profit. That's at 10 cents per pip. That's at the lowest bid in the world, 0.01. So we use this as a reference. This is a feed. I send this out so you could scale it up. Scale it up to your account. Right now, we're in about 12 trades. I don't see anything. Let's look at each one here. So AUD, CAD, got a run of 5. We've been holding that. I think that's in one of the other feeds, my one profitable pair feed. Let's see here. CAD Chief, Chief JPY, EuroCAD. NZD CAD has what? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not bad. And NZD USD. Like, we have a really slow, stable market right now. Absolutely. That doesn't mean that one day soon, 1 or 2 or 3 of these pairs will go absolutely ape shit. So you have to just... I see people, I'm getting messages every day. Hey, it's a little slow right now, Terry. Can you put me on this feed that appears to be faster, or that one that you look like you were making a lot more money on? That's fine. I want you to have the ability to do that yourself. I want you to have the ability to run the robot, the automation on your own server and click, and change at will. And you can do that. Absolutely. Here's what's interesting. So I've been doing this for a little over a year now, as far as this particular group and this offering and this subscription and these feeds. And I feel like I came up against a wall, meaning from my infrastructure, I can only reasonably afford to send out 5 to 10 copy trade feeds. 5 is very realistic for the business model. I have dozens and dozens of algorithms, bots, very diverse ways of trading that really everybody should have access to. And you can't do that because it becomes financially impossible, because to be able to send out 20, 30, 40 different copy trade feeds that you could jump into at any given time would be outrageous cost. However, if you have your own server, which is no more cost really than having access to the copy trade system, which is, we use Social Trader Tools, socialtradertools.com. It's no much more, there's no more cost, but the flexibility and the ability for us to grow is exponential once I start saying, here's the robot, here's the setting. I run all these bots in a portfolio. I can see what's floating to the top, what's doing really well in this market, what's not doing well in this market, what to plug into, what to avoid. And diversification is literally what I've grown into as far as Forex trading. Diversification. Unique, diverse, and different algorithms on smaller, spread out accounts. If you have 10K, you could have 5 $2,000 accounts. You could have 10 $1,000 accounts. You could spread these algorithms, not the same algorithm, not the same currency pair. Diversity is what you need. Diversity keeps you alive in this market. Whereas if you put all 10,000 into one account, run it all on one algorithm, and something goes haywire, when I say haywire, like a currency pair has a bunch of money dumped into it from the powers that be, and it goes against you, then you're in a little bit of trouble if you're not bidding properly for that. Ultimately, running every bot at a 0.01 lot size, you'll probably do really well. People are like, well, why would I want to do that? Because you want to survive. You don't want to blow your account into nothing. As you get more and more and better skill set, I will give you the ability to say, okay, I've over leveraged, over traded, over pushed this account. I'm going to drop this recovery system. It's just click and drag and drop it onto your chart, and it can potentially recover that trade, get you out of it. It hedges you, does some partial closes. I talk about this every day, but I get that I'm repeating myself, but you have to learn this stuff and also realize that I truly believe, the more I think about it, that for us to go to the next level, it absolutely has to be you running the robot on your server. It is the only way that we can grow. Right now, we're kind of up against a ceiling, trading a handful of copy trade feeds. And frankly, there are dozens and dozens and dozens more algorithms that I'm running, that I've been running, that I run on my live accounts right now that are not available and really couldn't be available on a copy trade feed. There are some bots that want to look at your balance. So if I'm copying from my balance over to your account, it's not very easy. It's possible, but not very easy to have the system look at, well, really, it's not possible for the bot to be trading my $10,000 account and to look and scale it to your $1,000 account, other than just literally bringing the bid back. But I've got some $10,000 accounts that I run on gold or S&P 500, US 30, things like that, GER 30, that would not be able to be copied. They are very focused on, it's relevant to what your account is doing. Okay. So I'm not trying to convince you per se. I'm trying to let you know that that's where we're going. And you should be pretty excited about the fact that just diversification is just going to go through the roof. I'm going to still have the free front end. I'm probably going to have a free robot on the front end that someone can plug into and get a feel for. And then the upgrade will be very inexpensive to get a license to a set of robots and access to the group and my set files. And then I might have 1 or 2 levels above that where it's even more bots. And then the final iteration is everything that I'm doing, all the advanced stuff, all the advanced tests. Literally, what will be cool about it is once I reveal the robots and you're in, let's say, the advanced section, I'm not holding back on what it is, where I got it, and what I'm doing with it. So you're literally on the forefront cutting edge. So this is the algorithm I think we looked at. So looking back for the week, the entire algorithm, $210. That is a fully scalable number. Fully scalable number. So what do we want to look at? Let's go look at gold. Gold has pushed and it's frozen. From what I can tell, it's not going anywhere. Let me pull it up here. Here it is. So let me give you an example. And let me share this with you. This is a $50,000 account, 500 leverage. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades deep on gold. It has went into sell mode and the price is going through the roof. So I said yesterday, posted in the group, I said, if you guys feel like your gold trade is getting away from you, let's put it into recovery. No one said a word. So I'm not going to do it. I don't believe it needs to be, certainly doesn't need to be done yet for the account. We're at 15,000% margin level, and this could turn around at any time. I don't know what's going to do. It's pretty amazing that gold's at 3,085. I don't really know if that's a reference of the actual price. I think it is. If we were to go Google that, probably not close. Let's go Google it real quick. So let's see. I'm going to ask it here. Current gold spot price. Yeah. 3,082.20 per ounce, or that's what, Google's saying. So what did it say? 3,082. And if we look at the chart, we're at 3,080. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that is the actual gold price. That's pretty freaking amazing. I just sold a gold coin a year ago at $2,000. Now it's up at 3,000. Oops. I think I screwed that one up. I wanted some Vegas. I wanted my Vegas spending roll. My bankroll. So this is going to be fine. I'm keeping an eye on it. I mean, at some point, here's an interesting thought. Somebody recently, and you probably are watching or you know who you are, they took a $1,000 account and they bid a 5X. So they are in at $2,500 drawdown on a $1,000 account. Well, I'm sorry. What I really mean is they blew their account. Don't be like that. Getting greedy. I mean, a 5X on gold on a $1,000 account is 100% return on investment on a 30-day basis, mathematically. It would be more or less than that. But here's what's cool about this. Let's say you're that person that chose to do a 5X bid. So instead of 0.01 lot size, the base lot size is 0.05. They did a 5X bid. It also means there's 5 times the drawdown. So 5 times 450, what's that, right? That's what the drawdown would be. Here's what's cool about it. You're not going to survive that on a $1,000 account. You're not. Based off the last few months of price action, you would have. Ironically, you get into something like this, you bid 5X, 2 days later, it pushes 6 trades deep. That's the reality of it. But here's what's cool. Let's say we're trading on your account. Trading on your account, your virtual private server in the cloud. You're running the gold robot that I recommend that we use. And you realize about 3 trades in, this ain't working out. I'm going to blow my account. You then have the ability, once you're using my robot trading system, is to drag and drop a recovery robot onto the gold trader. It will remove the gold trader automatically. It will take over, it will hedge, and it will do its best to recover this particular trade. That gives you a level of flexibility you don't have now. Because 3 trades in, I'm not going to put recovery on it just because your account's about to blow up and no one else's. Because frankly, putting recovery onto an account means that you're like, okay, this went too far. I need to recover this, and now I'm at a fork in the road. I am either going to recover this and get out at break even roughly, or a few dollars profit, or I'm going to lose my account. And at that point, you're like, I'll take the better. I'll take the better of the two. Don't be that person that comes to the fork in the road and takes the one less traveled. Although, honestly, most people probably do lose. So the less traveled road would be putting recovery on there and let it happen. I don't care if it takes a week, 2 weeks, or a month. It's better than losing an account. And guess what? That's where you're extremely smart by not trading one account aggressively. If you are diversifying and you're trading 5, 8, 10 accounts with different algorithms, you're going to do pretty well in the market. Because what are you trying to do if you're following me? I think what you're trying to do if you're following me is you're trying to collect, create, and amass Bitcoin. That's what I think you should be doing. That's what I'm doing. That's probably why you're here. It fits. It's my philosophy. It's what I'm going to spew out all the time. It is what it is. So gold's doing what it's doing. I'll keep an eye on it. It's really not ripping that badly. If I go to the daytime frame, you can see we're getting a little push up there. Certainly all-time high. Who knows how long it can sustain that. So, yeah, kind of exciting stuff. Let's leave that at what it is. I really don't believe we need to look at any of the other feeds. I'm going to glance really quick. They're all of the pairs, like our 10 pip hybrid. I'll show you this while I'm looking at it. But the 10 pip hybrid is in this NZD USD sell trade. It closed Euro Chief overnight at a $2.43 net profit. Scaled to your account, that can be anything you want. Anything you want. So that fee's run along. The entire market is really not doing anything. Kind of interesting, especially this time of year. I think, what is it? It's usually March, April, May where we get some big volume pushes. When's that going to happen? Be ready for it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to jump to an account. See if I can find it here, where we can kind of play around a little bit today. All right, wrong one. How about this one? Definitely not that one. All right, let me think of where this is. I was just playing with this account. Probably this one. Yep, it's this one. So I was just playing kind of a test account here. Started playing around this morning. Talking about a strategy. You know, what we're going to do is we'll go over and we'll play a little bit. I don't know if it's favorable, but let's go over to... so here's gold. Let's actually go over to... I don't think gold moves very fast on the 1 minute. A little bit. It could. Let's go over to US 30. I'm going to open up the US 30 chart. Go to the 1 minute. And we're just going to kind of play with the RSI 4 here. So it's right in the middle. There's no real trade. We'll watch this for a few minutes. So what I would do is if the RSI 4 moves up and closes past the 85% line, I'll do a sell trade. Okay? That doesn't mean it will work, but I'm showing you the amount of work it takes to trade manually. It's pretty insane. Now, as it's pushing up here, looking really good, I'm gonna click the trade in the upper right hand corner, make sure we're on US 30, make sure. Now 1.00 on this broker is actually 0.001. The pricing is jacked up. So I'm just gonna kind of play with this, and it's reaching up, but also beware. We're on the 1 minute chart, but as the candle is moving and the price is going up and down, that RSI 4 indicator is repainting. Okay, see, it literally is just going up and down, up and down, up and down. You gotta wait until the candle closes. Doesn't look like it's going to overreach at all. Should, coulda, woulda. Would have placed in a sell because it's probably about 75% overbought, right? But I like to see it 85% at the top overbought and 15% oversold on the bottom. So doesn't look like something's going to happen while we're sitting here. But if I scroll back in time and I got the first breach of the 15% down here, I would have done a buy somewhere in here, and price moved against a little bit, had a nice push up there, probably would have taken profit there, push back, and then nice profit there. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? I don't trade a strategy. I trade automations. Automations have strategies built into them. Like, for example, a really good one that I was testing in the last few weeks was I was calling it my GBP JPY double hedge. So it would place, the algorithm would place a buy and a sell on GBP JPY, which is pretty much one of the most volatile pairs on the planet. And it would trade each buy and sell into basically $200 profit. So if one went $200 in profit, it would take it. And when the other one went to $0 or break even, it would get out and had a $200 profit. Pretty powerful algorithm. For you to sit there and hover over that and do it yourself, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So there's no strategy other than what certainly the bot is placing and doing, but it's not a strategy that you can follow. People are so adamant. They come to me like, well, I mean, teach a man how to fish. Oh, there's a Euro JPY buy trade that just placed. Teach a man to fish. And I'm like, yeah, why? It's pure insanity. You can't keep up with it. You got to sleep. You got to eat. You got to walk away. You got to be able to clear your brain. So we are automated. There's more indications of trading. That's all happening while I'm sitting here talking to you. Euro JPY buy trade. It's all happening while I'm sitting here talking to you. And the linchpin of all of this is the fact that we have, and I've discovered and I use, a commercially available recovery system that with the right settings, with the wrong settings, that doesn't do anything for you. It took me 2 years to get the settings right. I'm not saying it's that difficult. It just took me that long. So I give you the settings. I give you the mindset of that recovery system. You potentially, guess what? I know what people are going to do. You're going to trade a lot more aggressively because you're like, well, I got a recovery system. Okay, cool. But it's all based off of you and what you want to do. And I think it will create more engagement in the group. I think we'll be getting more people that are more interested, that are saying more. We'll be looking at dozens of different robots and settings and things. There's so much I can show you there. So it really opens up, if you're into Forex, it really opens up what we can do with Forex if we start just digging into individual robots and your ability to deploy them on any account at any time when you feel like the market is more favorable for that algorithm. I'll have a complete description of them. I'll show them working on the screen. Like it'll just be so much better. I'm telling you. Just stick with me on that one. So let's see here. I got some things. Vince is getting chatty here. Let's see what Vince has to say. There's no indicator in the world that can tell you what's going to happen before it does. If there was, you'd be a billionaire. Yeah. But you know what? People, I searched for it for years. I didn't know that the answer was, yeah, that stuff doesn't work. That stuff doesn't work. Mark says, I would say use caution doing this. Been there, done that, it works, but when it doesn't, you better know how to manage it, which I believe Mark's talking about the, basically manually trading, which is, and then Mark says, lost a few accounts back in the day doing this. Yeah. It's a whole other world. I'm surprised. I look out there and I see people approach robots on YouTube, let's say, but I don't really see them other than a quick review, which is hype, and then of course an affiliate link. I'm going to show you the real deal, real world. This is robot trading. This is having a portfolio of algorithms. These work. Here's some awesome settings. Hey, I feel like these settings aren't working for the market conditions. I'll go figure it out, create a new set file. Version 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, whatever. So I just think it will be so much better. So this, if you look at this, technically, we're looking at US 30 here on the 1 minute chart. It is really just hovering around the 50% line. It's not going ballistic one way or the other. They are absolutely in a range here. Absolutely. Trading in a range. You could even draw that range on the chart and just kind of wait for it to break out of that. But I like to watch the RSI 4, and we're not getting any real movement here. You can't. Here's the other thing too. You don't know when the movement's going to happen. There's a huge movement dump at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time when the stock market opens in New York. There's a big volume hit at that time. In fact, if I add a volume indicator and move to 1630 on the chart, let's do that real quick. Let's see if there's a volume. I know there's some different volumes in here. Let's see here. What do I want? Let's just go volumes. All right, I'm just going to put the volumes on the chart. In fact, what I want to do, I want to go a little bit thicker. Let's go 3 pixels. Yeah, let's go 3 pixels thick. So here we go. All right. So We're on the 1 minute, not probably. Let's look at more like the 15 minute. Okay. So check this out. When was the volume for the day? So here is the start. This is New York yesterday, this area, 5 p.m. Eastern time. As we move forward, show me the spike for the day. It was right here, right? What time is that? I'm going to grab my crosshair up here. And I'm going to put it on the chart, and we'll look down below and see what time it was. 11. So this is probably the broker. So let's see. M15, US 30. Hold on a second here. Man, I never use that crosshair. Oh, I see what happened. It was when you scale the chart like this, it doesn't give you a realistic scale. I had to go forward a little more. So that was not the pump. Sorry. It looked like it was, but you see when I move forward, oh, that looks like the pump. That's not the pump. The pump is over in this area. So let me get back to my crosshair. I'm going to move it and look at that. 1630 is that candle right there. That's the pump for the day. And 1630 is 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. That volume happens every day. What happened today when that volume was launched? Today, when that volume was launched, it was in this area. And what happened? The price moved away. There's a robot that I can introduce you to that will, at 9:25 a.m., it will draw a line here and here. Let's say on the 15-minute candle at 9:25. And I'm just kind of making this up here, but here's the concept. If the price moves up and away, it will buy and it will trail. In this particular case, the price moved down and away, and it just continued to go. So the bot would have trailed a stop and just kept trailing the stop all the way down here. It depends on how close you kept your trailing stop. But the amount of money you would have made down here from that robot, because we had what's called a trend day. We had a dump into the market. You can see the volume right here. We had a dump into the market. So that bot handles all of that. And listen, you get, it either goes up and it buys, it goes down and it sells, or you get into what's called, and there's no predicting it, you get into what's called a rotation day, where it just kind of, it does the buy, does the sell, does the buy, does the sell, and this robot will manage it in a myriad of different ways. One I like is to go ahead and enter the trades, but at a certain time of day, let's just get out. Get out we either get out at a total profit early, okay, or we get out at a time that profit might be $3. It might be minus 300, but you get out, you move on to the next day. So for me to offer that as a copy trade feed is not really possible, because you need to focus those settings on, and the robot needs to be running on your account because it's unique to you. However, I can give you the set files. You just click, and you're running. You're up and running. And I love that kind of stuff. I just think it will really open up what we're doing to move this to, instead of copy trading, although we will have some of that. We'll talk about that. Ultimately, it's you running the EA, it's you running the robot, and it's us having probably double or triple the diversity that we have, certainly double the diversity we have right now, but double, triple the diversity in trading that we would ever be able to do via copy trading. So are you with me? I hope you guys are excited about transitioning to what I'm calling robot trading, FX with Terry robot trading. It's a slight lateral transition, but it opens up massive amounts of trading ability, growth, diversity into our trading. And I don't see anybody else doing it at that level at all. Vince says this is a great opportunity. It's really going to be good. Like, I'll really be able to share my in-depth stuff, and we'll be throwing different robots around and different settings, and they change, probably on a 90-day basis. Settings change, markets change. I'm trading a current algorithm on some really low volatility pairs, but because the market is very low volatility right now, it's literally making like $3 a day. So we're like, all right, let's get rid of that. There's not enough volume in the market for that algorithm right now. So I'm trying to get out of those trades that are open right now, and it's not in recovery, but it's just no volume. I'm just trading the lowest volatility pairs. So I believe that's it. I hope you see that at 16:30 or 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, you get a volume pump every day. And in this particular case, it went down. And if you had a robot trading that for you, you'd be in a really nice profit today. And you're not in 30 different trades. And you're not trading 22 different, 28 different, whatever, currency pairs. So pretty cool stuff there that could never be copied, but could easily. And you know what? Guess what, too? I'm just going to throw this out there. The bot that does this, I believe it costs less than $100. You can get it on the MQL marketplace for like $99. Pretty cool stuff. Inexpensive. And then you have it forever. You have it forever. If Terry goes away, you have it forever. I believe that's it. Wow. End of the week, Friday, March 28th. I haven't even looked at the calendar. What are we looking at here? So next Monday is the last day of the month. Tuesday is April Fool's Day. Don't be a fool. Do not be a fool. Beware. I may get you on something. That's it. Did I answer that question that I was talking about? Let's go look at something here. I'm going to share my screen with you. Let me make sure I got the right stuff up here. Let me share this with you. Yes. All right. Pay no attention to that warning in the upper right hand of my screen. I cannot get rid of it. I don't care how many support people I talk to. It's literally just showing me that, oh, hey, my settings, right? Really? Shut up. So inside of the group here, in the Trade Signals Free area, there was something I was going to look at yesterday. Yeah, this is kind of interesting. So we were in this particular trade 1 day, 2 minutes, 25 seconds. But look what the market does. Look what the market does. We entered a buy trade down here, and the market kind of goes in our favor. Really, what did it do? It went sideways. And then all of a sudden it creeped up, come back, and then it creeps up, and then it just shoots right to the take profit. For you to manually follow this would be, you'd lose your interest somewhere in here. Like, it's just pure insanity of where and when you would lose your interest. But the robot hangs in there, and then look at this. Like, their entire intention was to take it to this pricing area up here. It's just fake out after fake out after fake out, and then boom, one candle shoots up to take profit. I just thought it's interesting when you actually see what winning trades look like. It's like, wow, it didn't look like it was going to do that at all. But it's like my algorithm managing that thing for you every day. Why on earth would you want to manually trade? Pure insanity. Let me come back here to this. And that's it. I'll end it with this for the day. Appreciate you watching. Join us in the group and get ready. What I'm doing next week is I am creating a set of AI voice training videos that will be the most short, succinct videos ever produced in the world, showing you exactly how to do the steps you need to do to be able to transition to over to running robots and running your own server. It's not complex at all. It's literally no more complex for me than it is to copy trades to you. It's just that we open up the world to a lot more diversity and possibility. But, a short video on What virtual private server should you buy? How do you forward to me the information? What's the information you need to log into a virtual private server? Where do you get and how do you install MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5? How do you plug in to different robots, whether it's MQL5 community robots, whether it's robots that are commercially available through other companies? How do you do that? How do you install them? They're all unique. They're all different. It's not the same, but the skill set is very easy. I could do it in my sleep. I could talk you through it over the phone without even seeing what's going on because I've done it so much. So I think you'll really like the power of it. That's it. Appreciate you following along. Have an awesome weekend. I know I will. And I'm available if you need some help. I'll talk to you soon. Watch this, and then I'll see you next week.
Smart investors are flocking to the FX with Terry automated trading system. This is 100% fully automated Forex trading. This intelligent AI trading algorithm works for you 24 hours per day. Daily live results and nothing but net profit. No other system comes close to the automated profit potential of this system. Start trading for free today with 100% help and support by visiting fxwithterry.com and plug into the profit-making potential. Real trades, real profits, zero analysis. Join the top 10% of traders that are winning every day through automation. fxwithterry.com is your path to Forex trading success.
Thank you for joining us on the Forex Trading Daily Live Show. Get access to all of the free trades with full auto trading at fxwithterry.com. Be sure to subscribe and get notified of the daily live stream. And get ready for your next profitable Forex trade.